Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Azriel, and as usual, boys, I am joined here today with my beautiful princess, Anthony. I couldn't keep it together, dude.
Well, I don't know how to react to that one, but hello everybody. Princess is here, and Princess has been in a hobbit hole.
Oh my god, dude, that's phenomenal. But yeah, guys, we're a Cursed Brew, and today, guys, we well, not we, but Anthony rather is going to be giving his first impressions of Tales of the Shire, a Lord of the Rings game that was developed by What a Workshop, who you guys are probably more familiar with their CGI based work, having done the three Lord of the Rings movie, the Dune movies, and the most recently the Avatar movies. But now they're kind of this is their sort of first kind of foray into gaming, and yeah, it's a little divisive to say the least. But kind of with all that said, oh, one last thing, all the footage you guys are going to see came from Anthony streaming the game over at twitch.tv/AcursedBrewski. So please check that out if you guys are interested. But again, with all that said, I'm going to pass it off to Anthony to give his 1 minute first impression. And then from there, we will get into the meat and potatoes of this divisive game, to say the least.
Yeah, so thanks, Daddy. Tales of the Shire is a super cozy, relatively objectiveless game about gathering ingredients and cooking meals for all the hobbits that live in the village around the new town that you just moved to. So you make some friends, you cook for them, you decorate, you garden, you gather, you fish. It's your standard cozy core sim type game, except it's hobbits. It's very minimal interactivity, minor fetch quests, requests. So far, I've played about 6 hours. Overall, kind of pointless, but it's cozy, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing for a cozy game.
No, I don't think so either, man. I think that that's kind of what you want out of a game like this, is just to be like very laid back and just pure like fun, and that's really all there is to it. Something simple. But I don't know if they've necessarily executed on that. The ratings online have been pretty rough, and I'm curious, if you could give some perspective on the ratings we saw online, where they were when the game came out, where it is now, and then sort of how your opinion differs from that. I'd be really interested to see the contrast between the two, because I know sometimes critics online can be kind of not great and doing too much, but I do trust your opinion. So yeah, I'm curious what you think.
I mean, people love to hate stuff. It's easy to hate stuff and drive up anger and vitriol over a IP such as Lord of the Rings that have people that are super diehard and they want it to be great. And let's be honest, the track record with Lord of the Rings games, besides, in the last 10 years, besides Shadow of Mordor, is pretty rough.
Yeah.
The ones on like the PS2 were great, like Battle for Middle Earth, like the RPG. The ones that were just like the movie tie-in games that were like the action hack and slash ones. They've done really good Lord of the Rings games before. Gollum was recent. That was brutal, completely broken on release. A horrible game. I played a little bit of it, and I stopped after like 20 minutes because it wasn't even fun bad. It was just bad. This is not bad. It was sitting around 1.9 user score the night that I tried it on stream, which shocked me. Because to me, a 1.9 is like, the game doesn't work. Frequent crashes, super unoptimized, which this is, and that's a huge part of the scores, which we will get into later. But a 1.9 is like a broken mess of code and data. Like that's not a game to me. A 1.9 doesn't work. It's gone up a little bit. It's sitting at about 3.9 right now. I think we just checked. It got a lot of hate online. People were calling it like the worst game of the year, and there's a lot worse out there than this. I think people just don't like a lot of things about it. It's pointless. It's not for everybody. It's made for a very specific type of gamer, and I think that's fine. Like, just because a game's not made for you doesn't mean it's a bad game. There are very big issues with this game, however. I don't think it's a 1.9 or a 3.9, but it's definitely not over like a 6 right now. The current critic score is sitting at about 58, which I think is pretty accurate, in my opinion. I have a 5080. This game looks like it came out in 2012. Say what you will about the art style, all that kind of stuff. It's a choice. It's not for everybody. I don't hate it, but I could tell you that my 5080 was running insanely hot, and this game is not this game should not be making my 5080 run as hot as Epic on Cyberpunk. That's stupid. Like, that doesn't make sense. So there's some issues, but overall, I mean, it's cute, it's cozy, I enjoy it. The fishing's fun, the gardening's pretty good, but they're all very shallow. Like, there's just, I don't know. I feel like after the 6 hours, I got the point of the game.
Yeah, that's disappointing. I feel like in a cozy game, that's the type of I feel like I'm so used to those games slowly like giving out new mechanics every few hours, and they're never like super deep or super, innovative. They're just fun little things to kind of keep that dopamine drip going from, A to B to C to D and so on and so forth. So it's unfortunate that after 6 hours in, it kind of like felt like falls flat a little bit. I do definitely agree with the rating. A 1.9 is like completely dysfunctional. I think there's a lot of animosity that is like you can feel when you see a score like that. I don't necessarily think most games would ever really fall in that area. So I'm glad to see that, you have a more realistic sort of opinion of the situation. But one thing I am curious of, man, just can you walk me through just like I'm assuming there's days in the game. I'm guessing you're not just spending one whole day.
Yeah, it's like there's like a day-night cycle and like a constant timer that goes as you're going around doing stuff.
Yeah, so I'm curious, like run me through like a normal day, and then as you're going through that day, where are some of the shortcomings that you're seeing? Like, are you expecting that, oh, when I go fishing, I expect like this or that kind of there? If I'm like picking crops, I expect, like, I'm curious, like, where do you see the gaps in the gameplay in like a normal day from, start to end?
Yeah, so I'm actually gonna little bit of a twist on that. I love that question. I'm gonna start the night before. So before you go to bed, like at night when you're wrapping up, you go to your writing desk and you can invite hobbits over for a meal the following day. So you do that and you invite them over, and that's how you build friendships. And that's like, the whole point is you unlock friendship levels and you get new items and new recipes as you unlock these levels to unlock levels easier. That's like the cycle. So you invite the hobbits over. The next morning you wake up and they send you like, hey, I would love to come over for, second breakfast or, quote unquote, some hobbit thing.
Yeah.
And then they tell you like, I'm feeling spicy today, slay. And you have to like cook them a spicy dish. So then you go look at your ingredients and you're like, well, I could cook this meal, but I'm missing this fish and this berry or something like that. But that's a spicy dish, and that would give me extra bonus points because that's what they want. So then you go, okay, look at my little fish book. I can go get this fish at noon. So by time I go to bed, do my morning stuff, water my plants, go fish at noon, grab the fish that I need, and then go grab the berry from the certain zone because everything spawns in the same place every day. And it's a pretty small map. You skip around, and then you just kind of cook the meal in the afternoon, invite people over. They're happy, they give you another item or another recipe, and you do the same thing over and over.
Yeah, that there's not much to it, dog. I'm gonna be honest. I was hoping that like this was your I guess like the monologue on it was gonna carry on a little longer because it seems rather light.
It's
in
very
terms
shallow.
of like substance. Yeah, like there's just not much going on. I mean, that's like pretty. I don't know. That's like pretty disappointing. I mean, I get that this is the studio's like kind of first take on like a video game, so I think it's important to keep that in perspective when evaluating it.
I mean, I was a little unfair. There are like errands to run for people, a la Animal Crossing. Hey, I would love this fish or this mushroom. Could you bring it to me? And then that raises but that's pretty much it. There's minor quests and some little story beats, like, this guy got sick, go bring this to the herbalist and bring the medicine back to him. But that's about it. So you do that, you do one of those a day in between like the running around for the cooking, and that's
yeah. It just sounds like a handful of like mediocre fetch quests, just kind of there to be there. I don't know. I mean, like, maybe this is just like a shortcoming on the studio's part where, they just have too much of a workload doing I'm trying to sit here and run defense for them hardcore, which it's not like I necessarily owe them that, but yeah, I don't know. It just sounds kind of disappointing. Like there's not too much going on. But I'm curious. So instead of, I was thinking about this in my head, instead of just giving you a yes or no question, I'm going to give you that, but I also want to expand on that a little bit. So in terms of, improving this game, do you think that it has the skeletons of what could otherwise be a fun game? Like there's some simple things there that they can add, maybe some, better systems that they can improve on. And then to add on top of that, where would you want to see that improvement first, right? Like there's going to be a slew of different areas in which they could tackle. Which one would you be most interested in them doing? Maybe in a broad sense, in a specific sense. I'm just curious, like, if you could see that happening, where would you want that attention focused?
I mean, first and foremost, the optimization has to get fixed. There's no reason, like, I think it's like, I don't know exactly what the requirements are, but I think like it was asking for like a 3060 or something stupid. Like,
yeah,
like it's obnoxious for a game that looks like this to run the way it does. I just didn't want my nice GPU running so hot, so I turned down the graphics to medium. And like I shouldn't have to turn down these graphics to medium. Like that's crazy. It ain't that pretty. So yeah. that first and foremost is like the primary concern. I don't know exactly what they could do to fix the shallowness of the game without like a direct like DLC, like adding a new area that has different like if they add like a area that's like a roguelike gathering thing and make everything a roguelike. But like if they add an area that like changes daily or something, and it's like a forest path that you can get special stuff on, like or fish in certain ponds that spawn out there, I think that could be interesting. But as the base game right now, I think it is what it is, and it's either you like this game or like this game is meant for you or you don't. I will say I had a great time. Like I think next time I have like some actual time, just sit down and like play a cozy game, like when I'm in the mood, I'll get high and play this. Like it's not bad. But I don't know exactly what they could do. I mean, maybe add like an aquarium in town or something, so you could show off, like make it Animal Crossing, I guess. Like yeah. It's a pretty tried and true system.
They need to add Nazguls, dude.
Yes, they need to add raids. And like if your village happiness isn't high enough, Nazgul will come and like kidnap your villagers and you lose friends.
And there's literally no way to combat them. There's no combat mechanics they add. It's just like they're running a train on the villagers. Yes,
it's that scene where they capture Gollum in the flashback. But yeah, it's I don't know, dude. It's I don't hate it, but I don't love it. But I also think that a lot of people, like, for some people, this is going to be a 300-400 hour game. Like, this is going to scratch the itch for some people, and they're going to love it. So, like, if this sounds up your alley, if you want something laid back and chill with, like, not a lot of pressure, not a lot of depth, but it's still, like, if you like the sound of it and, like, that grind, yeah, this game's for you, dude. I mean, it's $35, $32 right now. The thing that I am concerned about, I would wait for an update on the performance. I hear it runs really bad on Switch 2, really, really bad, which I feel like this is like a perfect Switch game. But I don't know exactly how it runs on consoles, but probably not great if my PC's running it like this. I don't know how fast they're going to come out with the update because of how many times this game was delayed. Like, this was pushed back over and over and over again, and it's a first-time game dev team, and there's so many other things that they're worried about. I don't even know if they're going to support this game going forward. I don't know if their, parent company is going to want to continue on gaming or just go back to the movie CG. You know what I mean? Like, maybe this was such a flop. I don't know. I would like to see them get another shot at it, or add a DLC or a big free update would be great. I mean, I think that would like win back, goodwill with a lot of people on this. But at the same time, I think that, if the game took this long to get out, how long is that free update going to take to get out if they have to add a new mechanic?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't necessarily think it's realistic. I think focusing on the optimization, maybe adding in like a little bit more variety with like maybe the fish or the villager requests or the things like that might add a little bit more spice, maybe make it a little bit more enjoyable for some people. But it definitely sounds like it's just kind of like borderline DOA, which is unfortunate considering the setting and the people kind of behind it. I understand that well, from my understanding, rather, this was a portion of what a workshop that was developed back in 2014 with the specific intent of making video games that are just kind of fun and cozy, just to have a good time. And they, they went for it. They came up a little bit short, but it is what it is. Like it would have been cool if this was something that was enticing enough for me to want to pick up, but the delays, the poor ratings prior to it coming out definitely dissuaded me
at the
pretty
price
heavily.
too. Yeah, it's rough. If this was a Game Pass game, I think it would be a for sure try.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But as of right now, it's tough to recommend. I do want to defend them a little bit. I was thinking of this as we were doing this whole video. I'm sitting at a 5 out of 10 for this game as of right now. I do think with a good performance updates, some quality of life stuff, it could be a 6. If they do like a big free update or a DLC like I was talking about and add some new mechanics or new flavor, I think it could be up to a 7. I don't think this would have been sitting at a 1.9 if it didn't have Lord of the Rings on the title. Like, I don't think this would be a 1.9. I think it would probably came out and been sitting right at around a 5, 6. But because it's Lord of the Rings, people go fucking ballistic.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I could definitely see some people just getting really like horny for it being bad or good, just because of the name that's attached to it and nothing else.
Exactly.
Yeah, the 5 out of 10 is definitely a more interesting take than just kind of giving it a 1 or a 2. I think a 1 or a 2 is almost like purely for the sake of like a headline, you know what I mean? Just to kind of be bombastic on purpose. So 5 out of 10 is it's not great, but it's better than what I'm seeing a lot of other people give. So that's definitely important. But yeah, man, I think at this point, if you have anything else to add, definitely throw it in. But otherwise, I think we're in a pretty good spot at this point.
The one thing I have to add, and I'm going to I'll jump scare you after the recording with this, but they yassified the fuck out of Gandalf, dude.
Oh,
they
no,
gave him
dude.
they gave him the thickest eyeliner.
Oh, is he fine as fuck now?
He's like pop that pussy slay fine.
Let's go, dude. My boy's getting it. I like how in between The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, he just got like really fucking hot.
For real.
That's so sick. My boy.
But yeah, that's all I got to say on that. It's okay.
It's good stuff. Yeah. It's they had a low bar and they kind of missed it, but it is what it is. I think though, with all that said, 5 out of 10. If you really like the setting, you really like the type of game, maybe, but otherwise, probably be good to skip it. But with all that said, guys, definitely go and check out the Twitch, our Twitch channel that this was streamed on, twitch.tv/AcursedBrewski. Leave us a comment on what you guys think. Like the video if you guys did enjoy it, as it does help us out more than you know. But with all that said, guys, I love you.
I love you too.
We'll catch you next time.
Before we end, check your DMs.
Oh, shit. Wait, let me see. Where's it at? Is he Yas? Yeah. Oh my god.
It's insane.
Dude,
it's like actually insane. He is
what
like.
The fuck?
I started laughing so hard when he popped up on screen. Okay. Anyway, thanks for joining us, guys. Have a great day. We love you.